It's December 13th, JLD here, and welcome to MSTR Today in the Treasury Titans. Michael hanging out on top of Central Park, tossing up bagels in the air, taking a bite and saying, ooh, it tastes so good. Because guess what? Michael Saylor knows, just like you and I know, 2026 is going to be a banner year. There's going to be some ups, there's going to be some downs, but I will be here for all of it, and I hope you will be too. Because guess what? Bitcoin has arrived in New York. Bang, 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 bang. Bitcoin has arrived in New York. If you look at that expression on Michael Saylor's face, I'm pretty sure you know what that means. Time to get to work. Not that he hasn't been working, by the way, because Bitcoin is the new hurdle rate on Wall Street. I mean, just look at what's going on. There is no second best. There is no second best. Nothing stops this train, says Lyd Alden. Nothing stops this train, says Lyd Alden. Bitcoin is the hardest money ever invented, says Saifedean Ammous. I mean, there's just amazing things that are going on in this world. Adoption takes time, and we are here at the ground floor. Hugh says, dilution isn't a business model. Accretion is, though. If you believe MSTR will fail, it's because deep down, you believe Bitcoin will fail, and nobody wants to talk about that. No, we don't, because if Bitcoin fails, where are we? I don't think anybody really believes that is going to happen. That is a true Bitcoin maxi that has actually put in the work. And so here it is. It's kind of laid out pretty simply by Hugh. If you think Bitcoin is going to zero, why would you ever invest in MSTR? Of course you wouldn't. That's never going to happen. But if you think Bitcoin's going to win, how can you not think that a company that owns over 3% and growing of all the Bitcoin that will ever exist will win as well? Of course they will, especially when people like Michael Saylor and Fong Li are running the show. It is literally inevitable. Strategy Maxi says only haters of MSTR space has left. This is all they have left. Dilution, dilution, dilution. Counterpoints. 1, positive Bitcoin per share annually. Haters, they'll never understand that. 2, math proves that X1 MNAV MSTR is greater than spot Bitcoin over time. 3, we will sell Bitcoin instead of selling MSTR to cover dividends if under 1 MNAV. Period. End of story. We will see 1K MSTR. That's it. I mean, that's the starting point, by the way. That is the starting point. Strategy is a digital transformer. Strategy transforms digital capital into digital credit. Like, here's the Bitcoin. Okay, this is the digital capital, turning it into digital credits. And that is Stretch, Strike, Strife, Stride, Stream, and more. And what is this happening over here with Strategy, with the digital credit? It's going up in value. Now, not even Strategy is saying it's going up in a straight line. It's going up and then retracing, up and then retracing, up and then retracing. What do you see? You see higher lows and higher highs, higher lows and higher highs. That is the path that we are all expecting Bitcoin to take. Are you on this train? Chris says, Michael Saylor has not sold a single share since April of 2024. And by the way, that was just tax harvesting. Yet bears will have you believe he's trying to screw shareholders. Oh, man. It's just getting comical almost. James Van Straten says, MSTR stays in the NASDAQ 100. So the Bitcoin hoarding company remains in NASDAQ 100. I mean, Reuters is such a terrible, terrible outlet. It's almost a joke. But guess what? They had to report it because it's absolutely true. Heisenberg says, MSTR now down 6 months in a row. Worst streak in their history. Even when they crashed 99% in the dot-com bubble, didn't have such a streak. And guess what? He's right. And guess what? I think Bitcoin Therapist is also right. I like the stock. If you like the stock when it was at $540, owning about 225,000 total Bitcoin and 0 preferred stocks, how do you not absolutely love the face off of it at 660,000 Bitcoin with 5 preferreds and growing? It's absolutely insane what's happening right now. Okay. Strategy Max had a great post. I wanted to share this with you. Strategy distribution phase of Stretch in history. Okay, let's go through this. In business history, distribution isn't just logistics. It's the secret sauce that turns innovation into an empire. Great products die without reach, but masterful distribution creates monopolies, scales economies, and crushes competition. In the 19th century, John D. Rockefeller's Standard Oil dominated not just through refining, but by securing exclusive railroad deals with Cornelius Vanderbilt. This slashed costs, flooded markets with cheap kerosene, and built a near monopoly worth billions in today's dollars. In the 21st century, Apple's iPhone wasn't the first smartphone, but Steve Jobs mastered distribution through exclusive carrier deals, starting with AT&T, and widespread partnerships, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, global stores. This put iPhones in billions of hands, sparked network effects, and erected insurmountable barriers. Today, Strategy, MSTR, led by Michael Saylor, is running the same playbook. By partnering with major banks like JP Morgan, they're distributing Stretch, their monthly variable rate preferred stock tied to Bitcoin's upside, offering 10.75%, I think, soon to be 11%, by the way. Stretch acts as a digital treasury credit using Bitcoin volatility to generate yield. Banks provide compliance, custody, and mass market access, pushing Bitcoin-backed finance into traditional portfolios worldwide. Distribution wins across eras because it leverages existing infrastructure, rails, stores, banks, to achieve exponential reach, lower costs, create flywheels, and build moats. Standard Oil reached every lamp, Apple every pocket, and Strategy aims to reach every portfolio. Bottom line, distribution builds legacies. If history repeats, Strategy's bank partnerships will mainstream Bitcoin and redefine money. Watch MSTR and Stretch closely. And you better believe I'm watching it closely. I hope you are too. Hey, just keep being subscribed to this channel and you will be as well. A great video clip coming up of Michael Saylor. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. When you're ready to build your complete business identity, you want to do it fast and right. With Northwest Registered Agent, you can build your business identity in just 10 clicks in 10 minutes. When you want more, start your business with Northwest. Everything you need to launch and protect your business all in one place. Your business identity isn't just your logo or website, it's everything that represents you, from what customers see to what they don't: legal filings, state licenses, secure domains, and compliance tools. Northwest gives you more privacy, more tools, and more guidance so you can focus on growing your dream. For nearly 30 years, Northwest has helped entrepreneurs like us build confidently. You can form your business for just $39 plus state fees, backed by real corporate guides, people who know your state's laws and have your back every step of the way. Don't wait. Protect your privacy, build your brand, and get your complete business identity in just 10 clicks in 10 minutes. Visit www.northwestregisteredagent.com/paidJLD and start building something amazing. Get more with Northwest Registered Agent at www.northwestregisteredagent.com/paidJLD. Michael Saylor just made an $835 million bet buying the Bitcoin dip. Right now, Bitcoin's fallen almost 40% off its October high, and the big money is buying the dip. What's your strategy? Now might be a great time to convert your IRA or 401k to Bitcoin with the help of Bit IRA. Plus, you can fund it with pre-tax funds, then continue to invest it over time as you do any other retirement accounts. Bit IRA protects your assets with end-to-end insurance, highly secure storage, multi-encryption, and registered with the U.S. government. Your IRA is fully IRS compliant. Best of all, you can trade crypto within your retirement account without incurring taxes on any buys or sells. Just go to bitira.com/JLD and request a free info guide. Once you do that and open your IRA, you'll get a free ledger. Bitcoin has proven time and time again to rebound, every cycle going from a higher low to a higher high. With Strategy's latest purchase, Michael Saylor clearly believes Bitcoin is at a discount. Time for you to get in too. Go to bitira.com/JLD to open a tax-sheltered IRA in Bitcoin.
If you're wondering, why does the equity have value? The equity has value because we're able to create the credit. And the more credit we sell, the more BTC yield we generate, the higher the equity value will be. And so let me just break this down with a few quick observations. First, there's a revolution in credit markets. This is $300 trillion market. Why is digital credit better? Because you're building it on an appreciating asset, Bitcoin, not a depreciating asset, not a rusting warehouse or a product or a service. It's better because it's transparent, homogeneous, and continuous. We update the credit model every 15 seconds. It's not like 10,000 mortgages wrapped into a mortgage-backed security. It's not like corporate credit or sovereign credit. It's better because it's equity, not debt. Bank credit is debt. Bank deposits are debt. Corporate credit is debt. What that means is they amplify risk to the issuer. Equity mitigates the risk. It's technically impossible to go bankrupt if you're actually creating amplification with equity, because the equity never comes due and the dividends can only be paid out if they wouldn't make you go bankrupt. The perpetual nature is another big change. We'll pay you the dividend forever. How do we pay the dividend forever? We invest the money forever. We're investing the money in the crypto economy forever. We're paying the dividend forever. Every other form of corporate credit is short duration. And then we tacked on this idea of taking it public. And because we took it public, it's liquid, it's global, it's easy, it's branded. There's a word, stretch, STRC. Anybody can buy it anywhere in the world. And we create the credit digitally. If you give me 500 million, I create 500 million of backing collateral, and I do it simultaneously before the day is over. Imagine you wanted me to create $500 million worth of buildings in a single day. You see, we're running the investment cycle in one day, and it would take a real estate company 5 years. And it would take a company years. So the speed at which you're doing this is unprecedented. And then if you do it in a treasury company with that model, it all becomes tax deferred. And so what you see here is, on the left, traditional credit can pay you 2, 3, 4%. We can pay 10 or 12. We can pay higher dividends because we have a more efficient product and we have innovations in that credit. And that's based upon our business model. What is a Bitcoin treasury company? We sell securities to acquire capital. We issue digital credit, and that's tax deferred. And then we pay the dividends tax deferred, and the capital appreciates tax deferred. It's triple tax deferred. This is the most efficient, scalable fixed income generator in the world. Like there's no other type of company in the world that can generate billions or tens or hundreds of billions of dollars of dividends tax deferred. You can't do it with oil and gas. You can't do it with real estate. You can't do it in the traditional way, selling products and services. So the breakthrough is based on digital capital and this new type of business model. You think of the company as a digital credit factory, really. We're swapping US dollar yield forever to one set of investors, and we're creating BTC yield for the equity investors. And you can do it with dollars, you can do it with euros, you could do it with yen. Ultimately, what's the result? Well, return of capital dividends give you 64% more money. They just pay you a lot more. And when you compare them to other opportunities, if you're a United States citizen, your bank's giving you 40 basis points, the money markets are giving you 400 basis points, taxable. We're giving you 10.8% and stretch. That's a tax equivalent yield of 17%. So that's 4x the money market. That's 20x what the bank wants to give you. If you live in New York City, it's a bank account that pays you 22%. Or you can collect 4% from the money market. Like, it's so much better, right? That you can't really imagine why would you want the other thing. This is Europe, right? In Europe, the money markets pay you 1.5%. Stream pays you 12.5% effective yield, but if you're getting taxed, it's almost 20%. You live in Vienna or Brussels, it's like a bank that pays you 27% interest. Think about it. Right? This is the revolution. We're basically going to digitally transform the banking industry, the money market industry, the credit industry. And it's not just stretch. Every digital credit instrument is so much better than every conventional credit instrument. It's not even funny. Like, look at junk bonds. They pay you 6%, and our instruments are tax equivalent 14 to 20. Or look at private credit, it's 7. It's opaque, it's heterogeneous. And of course, look at the entire world. Stretch is a 17% tax equivalent yield. The money markets in the US are 4%. In Korea, they're 2%. In Europe, they're less than 1%. In Singapore, 1%. In Japan, 50 basis points. In Switzerland, they're negative. So when we talk about digitally transforming the world, what we're really talking about is fixing the money and fixing the banking system and fixing the credit system. And remember I said the world runs on credit? Okay, well, how are you supposed to give your kid an annuity in Switzerland or Japan when the bank's offering you nothing? Right? How do you get 10% in Swiss francs or 10% in yen? And the answer is digital credit. And all of these companies that are transforming the world, they're going to go into Japan like Metaplanet or Switzerland, and they're going to go into Korea, and if it's not our company, it'll be another local company. And the truth is the world, the world wants a 10% bank account. So what's the second best? There is no second best.